Last outing for San Antonio, it was a loss to Los Angeles.
They just couldn't get the ball in the basket that day, guys. No matter how many plays you make at the defensive end, it's hard to overcome such a lack of production offensively.
Yeah, the high-quality shots were few and far between for them, and they have nobody to blame but themselves. They need to work a lot harder to get good shots today.
You'd expect him to nail that one being that close to the hoop. Last season, Coach Popovich of the San Antonio Spurs winning his 5th NBA championship, one of only 5 NBA coaches in the league's history to win that many rings. He's one of the all-time greats.
Now here's Lee. 20 points for him last game against the Suns in Phoenix.
And he did some nice work on the boards too, Kevin. That was definitely a factor in that game as well. He had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
And Popovich, the only coach in NBA history to twice win Coach of the Year and an NBA title. Clark in the same season.
And yet he remains so humble. He's highly esteemed by anybody in the NBA and even beyond the NBA when you talk about his leadership and the way he has that mutual respect with his players. It's wonderful to watch how they make it happen. He tells you, first and foremost, it's a players' league, and that's how he goes about his work. Gives all the credit to the great ones he's had the privilege of coaching. That's happening.
The shot by Curry, no good.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Yeah, it's a physical game, and so far the numbers show that they've got the edge on the glass.
Now here's Parker. He has 6. Back to Green. Thompson against Leonard. Up off the screen.
Oh, ridiculous.
Tore it down that time.
And the early lead just keeps on growing. Another basket.
And the way they've done it is with an extremely potent inside attack.
Timeout called the Warriors.
A lot of people thought that Danny Green would build on his play from the 2013 playoffs last season, but he's marred by injuries and underwhelming performances from him. Definitely not what he or Spurs fans were hoping for.
Spades checked in for Golden State. Draymond Green comes in for David Lee. And some changes here for the Spurs. Thompson outside. In the corner, Iguodala with it. The dish now to Speights. Back to Iguodala. Shot to stop the drop.
Forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend. Take it to the hoop.
And how, Clark. Brilliant throwdown.
Yeah, just exerting his authority out there.
Now, here's Joseph. 8 points his last outing. It's Ginobili on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Off target at the rim. Warriors trail by 13. Curry with it. Picked up by Joseph. Outside Curry. Iguodala kicks to Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Andre Iguodala. Thompson's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
And Joseph kicks to Bellinelli. And the pass to Joseph. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. Iguodala right side. Thompson inside the line. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Thompson's got 8 points.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
43 seconds left in the first. Diaw, the pass to Joseph. Banked in off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 11.
This defense has been way too soft early on. They've got to start playing with some energy.
You know, Steve, do something, anything to throw their shooters out of rhythm is what's got to happen here.
It's Curry with the drive. Missed inside.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of.
Here's Joseph. Ginobili right side. There's the pick. Ginobili right side. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. It's San Antonio up by 11. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Oracle Arena in Oakland, California.
On tap next Monday, November 17th. Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls take on Chris Paul and the Los Angeles Clippers. Live from Staples Center. It's the real deal.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for San Antonio?
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Warriors trail by 11.
You know, this Golden State team is clearly on the rise, but they're not without weaknesses. A bad turnover differential and free throw differential. Both things that have plagued this team.
Thompson and Barnes, the 2 and 3. Draymond Green is out there with Maurice Spates, and it's Curry in at the 1. That's the group for the Golden State Warriors to start the second quarter. Here is Bonner after the made shot from Klay Thompson. It's Ginobili on the wing. He's covered by Thompson, and he gets the bucket. Ginobili's got his first bucket of the night.
And you look at the free throw disparity for the Warriors, not the most surprising stat. They're more of a jump shooting team than a slashing team. But if you're going to settle for jump shots, then you can't also turn it over at a high rate. I think that's where they have to improve.
Now here's Green. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
I'd love to see them impose their will a little bit more on the backboard. Usually that's a great way to take control of a game.
Well, they haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of.
Here's Joseph. Bellinelli with the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Spates has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Steph Curry, an all-star starter last season, but he also led the league in turnovers, Clark, with over 4 a game.
Well, the other side of that coin is he did set a career high in assists as well, but there's no question when you talk about him solidifying his place among the elite point guards in the league, the turnover numbers have to come down, and I'm sure he'll work on it.
Offensive rebound, and Diaw kicks to Bonner. Passes it to Joseph. He dishes it to Ginobili. Diaw, the screen. Ginobili, the pass to Diaw. 5 to shoot. Over Barnes, and the basket by Diaw.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Warriors trail by 13. Thompson outside. Spates with a screen on Ginobili. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
Some changes for Golden State. Lee comes in for Maurice Spates. And it's Livingston in for Curry. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And his rebounding in that game, Kevin, just tremendous. He owned the boards.
Here is Livingston. Barnes. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Spurs leading by 11. Now here's Parker. 6 points for him. And that one's good. Duncan.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
Oh, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop.
Now a timeout called by Golden State. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season.
And this great rivalry will be renewed tonight. The first of 3 meetings between these two clubs this season.
Andrew Bogut checked in for Green. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Livingston kicks to Thompson. Connects, the jumper drops. Thompson's got 12 in the game. And Clark, it is their first look. Do you think there will be any, surprises tonight?
Well, you're always leery of surprises. There could be. You know, when you've put 2 rivals preparing for a game, each side wants to get the other outside of their comfort zone. We'll see what happens.
And the call will be against David Lee.
Boy, with 2 fouls now, he really has to be disciplined and under control for the rest of this half.
Here's Parker. He has 6. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Here is Livingston. A shot by Thompson. No one's around. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston. Livingston's got 3 assists tonight. Spurs leading by 9. Parker drives in. Deflects the pass. Duncan dishes to Leonard. Parker outside. Lots of room. Goes back up. Duncan kicks to Leonard. Right side, Leonard. Parker inside. He's against Lee. Doubled by Lee. Leonard, no luck.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss. Well, when Harrison Barnes first stepped onto the scene, it was in the middle of the Warriors' 2013 playoff run. But he didn't exactly build upon that streak as people were hoping for last year. The playing time just wasn't there.
Here is Parker. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Parker passes to Green. Misses off the left iron.
And no excuses there. Got a really good look at the basket after being freed up by the pick.
We say it all the time. The execution was excellent. The result not as good, but good ball movement anyway.
Here is Livingston. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
So we get a chance to take a look at some of the numbers for David Lee last year. 17th in field goal percentage. And he was among the top 20 rebounders in the league as well. So this is a guy who had a lot of double-figure nights on the glass.
And, Steve, I think this is a good time to really touch on his field goal percentage again. I mean, when it came to finding high percentage shots and not settling for bad ones, he was actually one of the very best at that.
And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. 5th is Tim Duncan.
You know, he was a consistent shot blocker because he got his hands on shots that looked like they were free and clear, and then, boom, he'd come out of nowhere and deny it.
Parker outside. He kicks it to Green. Dishes to Splitter. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. And it's Parker again missing.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Here's Thompson. Shot is blocked. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
Warriors trail by 9. Screen by Lee. Lee, a screen on Parker.